Boxing for many, many years has been noted as the theater of the unexpected, right? And lo and behold, that mantra yet again presents itself as we're now hearing, or it's been made official, the fight we saw on the horizon anyway, as Vasily Lomachenko is going to be staying in the Ukraine. He's not going to be taking the fight that he initially had planned to head to Australia to fight George Kambosos for the unified lightweight titles. It took him out of contention, meaning he's staying in the Ukraine. So the next viable option that it meant the most would be a fight with Devin Haney, which would culminate at this juncture the lightweight division being he's the WBC world champion. Okay. And not only are we getting that fight, but where the theater of the unexpected mantra comes in is that DAZN nor Eddie Hearn are going to be promoting this fight. As what's been reported, Lou Dibella and Bob Arum of Top Rank have struck a deal with Devin Haney. Now, mind you, George Kambosos is promoted by Lou Dibella, but they worked out a 2-fight deal that is now going to put Devin Haney on the biggest platform he's been on in his career thus far, and he's going to be fighting for the undisputed lightweight championship June 4th, if I'm not mistaken, in Australia on ESPN. Okay, and I didn't get into the full specifics as far as the money's concerned, but you're hearing two sides of the story as it concerns maybe, I guess, the fans and people that are kind of mind boggled that Devin Haney is gonna sign a quasi Top Rank deal. But I say this, okay? When you look right now, the fights that Devin Haney needs to be in and or can really legitimize his stature in the sport, being a young fighter and now going into an undisputed lightweight championship fight, when you look at 135 and 140, there are fights that he can fight under Top Rank for the next couple of years, whether it be it Teofimo Lopez, be it if he let's say he stays at 135, he could fight Lomachenko next. Obviously if Lomachenko, goes on the fight in the fall, but this is a very interesting turn of events. And Eddie Hearn basically said we couldn't really go forward with the rematch clause, which I think has the fight yet again in Australia. The thing, and this is, I guess I gotta say, man, I have to salute Devin Haney from this perspective, okay? I think the problem today in boxing with a lot of the young fighters is that they want to throw around their demands before they've really done anything, okay? And while you got young kids like Ryan Garcia and even in this case Devin Haney, who have fought some guys, in the grand scheme, they still haven't done anything to merit major demands. Now, maybe this is where Eddie Hearn kind of messed up as far as maybe overpaying for some of these fights, where you take a situation like Devin Haney, who, again, why I'm giving him credit is he's almost in the beginning shortchanging himself, knowing he's positioning himself to make that much more money to where if he beats Kambosos, he has something to bring to the table. So I honestly think on the surface, people are looking at this like it's a bum deal. But what's the alternative? You're going to have Eddie Hearn and Matchroom try to say, hey, we try to get him fights. And look at Demetrius Andrade right now. You start to wonder if Demetrius Andrade might have he had situations, I guess, a little different. But at least Devin Haney's young enough where he gets these fights. I mean, think about it, man. He beats Kambosos, right? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, if he beats Kambosos and he wins all the lightweight titles, he's shooting up north. He's going to 140. Josh Taylor is moving to 147. Those titles are going to get liquidated, and him and Teofimo at a point can end up being for like a multiple world titles, man. So I think in the immediate future for Devin Haney, man, like this might have been the best deal he could possibly take, man. And listen, man, that's not also mentioning the fact that Shakur, if he beats Oscar Valdez, who I'm picking him to beat, now you got another option, you know. So, and I made a mention with I made a video about this whole situation with Tank and with Floyd. And look, man, like let's take it with a grain of salt. He's got a fight coming up. That we know the promotional tools and how these things work. But listen, man, look at whose position would you rather be in going forward in the next couple of years when you look at the landscape of 135 and 140? Would you rather be Tank or, in this case, Devin Haney? You know what I'm saying? So I understand people's transgressions with Bob. And look, we seen Terrence Crawford part ways, but everybody's situation's different. It just is, man. Because you tell me what's a better situation for Devin Haney. You stay with Matchroom and not get in a world title fight and be on a platform that, again, nobody's watching on a grand scheme. This fight's going to be on ESPN, man. This is going to be Devin. These are going to be the most eyes glued on to Devin Haney in his entire career thus far. And if he wins, y'all see where I'm going with this? This is a good opportunity, and I salute Devin Haney for taking this deal. I understand the monetary side of things may not be like up to par with what Eddie Hearn was trying to do, but sometimes, man, it's almost like a slingshot effect where he might have had to take a couple steps back, where that launch, he could start making those demands. So again, man, this is business at the end of the day, man. But I salute Devin Haney for taking this fight, and the fact he's going to go into the Lions Den, man. So imagine he goes over there and he wins. That's legitimizing his stature as a world champion. So we'll see, man. But what do you think of this deal? 2-fight deal, they're saying. Through Lou Dibella / Top Rank. Just the irony is just crazy. But it's boxing, man. That's how it goes. So let me know who you got winning that fight. I'm going to do a little preview video, I guess in the next couple of weeks or next week or so. Me and Train are going to hop on live either here or on the Guard Your Grill site. But stay tuned. We're talking about that and a bunch of stuff coming up. April and May is going to be flooded, man. Flooded. So stay tuned. Let me know what you think, what you think of the situation. And is Devin Haney making the right move? I personally think he is, man. He's going to be in the biggest fight of his career. And I think there's bigger fights for him potentially in the immediate future. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell. I'm out next time. Peace.